Hi guys, how are you doing? I'm doing good, thank you. So, today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about dialectical behavior therapy skills. And so, today it's going to be about emotion regulation. I think that it's very important, not only for people who struggle with mental health, but for everyone, because all of us struggle with some kind of like mental health issues, even if we think that we are totally sane. Yeah, so I realized that I need to make my videos shorter, because if I start talking, it's just on this note we are getting to the point finally. So why do we have to regulate our emotions? First of all, if you struggle with mental health, for example, borderline personality disorder like me, your emotions might be just a little bit too intense, or not a little bit too intense. You know what I mean? And for me, it has been quite an interesting experience, let's put it like this. So my emotions were really intense since I was a kid, and it cost me a lot of trouble in a way. So I had a lot of very emotional fights with my mom, who is also kind of an emotional person, and it's really weird because we really love each other, but it's just sometimes you cannot think straight when you're acting out of your emotions. And then after that, like, I just realized that emotions cause me literally physical pain, and especially negative emotions, it can just like literally make me sick. And I know that there are a lot of people who struggle with the same thing, and I think that it's called somatization. I'm not sure, not a psychologist, but so regulating your emotions and taming them might be very useful for a lot of us. And I will just share what dialectical behavioral therapy teaches us on that subject. So the first thing that you have to accept is that emotions aren't facts. So when you are really overwhelmed by emotions, it can feel like you know the ultimate truth of the universe, but it's actually never the case. So no one knows the truth, and there is no ultimate truth whatsoever. So we don't really know anything for sure, and we are just trying to navigate through the world the best we can, and our emotions can stand in the way. So don't confuse your emotions with facts. The second thing is that emotions do not last forever. So even if you're going through something really painful, just know that it will not last. And I know for sure, I know for myself, like 2 days ago, I was in such intense pain from my emotions, like anger and sadness and like hurt, that I just wanted literally to do anything to stop it. Just, you always know, like you always have these emotions and they always go away. Good emotions and bad emotions. So just know that they are not forever, and they will interchange, and some of them will go away, and everything is going to be good again. So don't feel like what you're feeling now is going to last forever. The third thing is that there are 8 primary emotions, and I have my notebook here to help me, so I will just read them out loud. So the primary emotions are anger, sorrow, joy, fear, disgust, guilt or shame, interest, and surprise. These emotions are called primary because they are wired in your brain by evolution, and I think that most of the animals have these emotions too. Correct me if I'm wrong though. And there are secondary emotions that are your reactions to your primary emotions, and these secondary emotions are conditioned in our brain by our upbringing, by the environment, by our parents, by the surroundings. So just, it is not what was there forever. It's just something that you learn along the way. And for example, it can be shame when you feel anger, or you are scared when you feel angry because you know that then like you're going to get punished. It's very important to separate primary from secondary emotions, just because the first ones are our natural response to a situation, and it's healthy, and somewhat we can use it to, have a better life. But secondary emotions can be managed, and we can rewire our brain to, for example, feel anger fully and not be ashamed of it, because it is healthy to be angry sometimes, because otherwise it can just go inside of you and cause depression and self-harm and just a lot of other very bad things. So try to get rid of your secondary emotions. Emotions have 3 jobs: communication, motivation, and validation. And we need to use emotions. We cannot stay emotionless. To do these 3 things: to communicate, to motivate ourselves or others, and to validate ourselves or others. And when emotions are not validated, you feel hurt. So don't disregard your emotions. Well, to reduce the effect of our emotions on us, there are several things that we can do or practice and live a happier and healthier life. So the first thing is to stay healthy. So drink enough water, eat clean, sleep enough, do physical exercise, meditate, do some positive things, do things that make you feel in control and happy. Then the second thing is increasing positive experiences. So when something positive is happening to you, try to focus on it. And just in general, it's not even dialectical behavioral therapy, it's this if you think about good things, then you will feel better, and it's just science. So when you are experiencing something good, try to concentrate on it and try to stay in this state as long as you can, and be as mindful as possible of this good feelings that you're having. Then there is a tip that is actually not from dialectical behavioral therapy, but it's just my personal. Imagine if something bad is happening to you, or you're in the middle of an argument, or you're sad or something like this. Try to imagine a cocoon of light that is protecting you from everything bad that is happening. Try to imagine yourself as very calm, and just sit in this cocoon and try to connect to the universe and not react to the outside, and not act on your emotions. And maybe it will help you too. Or if you have another tips, you're very welcome to share with me. Another thing is that you have to be mindful of your emotions. So when you feel something, don't just try to push it away or push it down, because it never works. I already said it probably a million times, but faking positivity or doesn't help. So they are just boiling up inside of you, and you have to feel them through. So observe them, experience fully, but don't act on them necessarily. And respect them and love your emotions. I mean, this can be really hard, and I cannot really do it myself yet, but I'm trying to just, even bad emotions are there for something. So try to love your bad emotions, because they're teaching you something, and they're helping you in life. Another thing is to act the opposite on the emotions. So for example, if you are angry or sad or fearful, so if you fear something, if you are, for example, afraid of speaking publicly, then go and do it over and over and over again, until it is not an issue anymore. So just go and approach the stuff that you are scared of. I mean, unless it's really dangerous and it is healthy and normal to be scared of it, and just go and do it. If you feel guilt, then there are 2 options. If the guilt is justified, so if you really did something bad and now you're feeling guilty for a reason, then just go and do something to repair what you did, like ask for forgiveness, do something for a person who you hurt or something like this. But do not, like, guilt doesn't give you anything. It's actually one of the worst emotions I feel ever. So just go do something about it and release the feeling of guilt. If you feel guilt for doing something and it's unjustified, then approach this thing and do it over and over and over again until you stop feeling guilty for doing it. If you're sad or depressed, and I know that this is one of the hardest things, because when you are depressed, sometimes you don't even have energy to like get up from bed or like take a shower or do anything. But just do your best to get active. Try to do something that makes you feel good. Go for a walk, go for a little run, do some exercise. Do something that makes you feel self-confident. For example, if you're good at drawing, then go and draw something. And the last thing is that if you feel angry, do something nice. So act opposite, like do something nice for a person who you're feeling angry towards. Try to feel sympathy and empathy for them and not blame. So I already talked about it in my how to deal with annoying people video, that if we are angry at something, it is my firm belief that the person who is angry is usually not right. And I know that it's not easy, because sometimes people really can piss us off and we feel that we are so right and this person is just so wrong and we have to teach them. But it's not our job to like be revengeful, teach anyone anything, and like be angry, because it just only hurts us, as I already said. Oh my god, what's happening to my voice? So the best thing you can do if you are in the situation of anger is avoiding but not attacking. And until yesterday, I thought that avoiding the situation is just going away, so like throwing yourself physically away out of the situation. But I was told that sometimes it is the case, really, but sometimes it can even like deepen your conflict. So try to just release the situation in your head and just leave the conversation, not physically, or like the situation, not necessarily the conversation. Leave the situation not physically but mentally. And for example, if you're in the middle of the argument, just agree to the person you're arguing with. You don't have to like really agree with them, but just let them know that you respect their opinion, listen to what they have to say, don't participate in it anymore. Just try to be the wiser person and do not make yourself angry, do not make the other person angrier than they were before, and just be awesome and healthy and cool. So on this note, I will end it for today. And thank you very much for watching my videos. I love you very, very much. I hope that you have a nice day or evening. And I love you. Bye.